Hi, it's DM. I'm back to share some more new dies from the KSCRAFT Store spring release. All the dies that you're going to see today were designed by Nicole Silhouette. And this first die set creates a very large egg. You get this beautiful doily frame. As well, it comes with 3 layering pieces. So these 2 outer layering pieces have stitching details. And then the one in the center creates this very beautiful pattern. They also have 2 new flower die sets in their shop. These are sold separately. In each set, you get 6 pieces, and for each flower, there's 3 different sizes. So you get 2 of each size. And that's really nice because when we make flowers, we want to cut many of them out at once so that we can layer them together. So that makes crafting more pleasurable. For today's projects, I also used the large bunny bow die set in their shop. So I did share these in a previous video. You get 3 different bunny ears as well as the feet, and then all these layering pieces. And then this would be the main part of the bow itself, and it does have stitching details. And I also took out this flower die set from the KLJUIP store. And I also used these flower centers that I found off of Aliexpress. Today's video will also feature this beautiful paper pad that I found at Michael's. It's called French Chateau, and I think it's perfect for spring or Easter crafting, as it's got a lot of pastel colors, and I think everything's so beautiful in this paper pad. So I'm just gonna give you a very quick flip through to show you what it looks like here. And then you can find this right now at Michael's. And I also wanted to share these faux glitter sheets that I found off of Aliexpress, as I used these for my bunny bows yesterday as well as in today's video, and they're absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, it's made of a very chunky glitter, and the colors are so beautiful. So I have them in these different colors, and I found these off of Aliexpress, and if I can find the link, I'm gonna definitely put it in the description box below. This one's so beautiful. It reminds me of cotton candy, actually. And this. And then today's video will also feature these dies. So this is a Cottage Cuts die. It's called Window with Shutters. And I also use this one by Spellbinders. It's called Mini Blooms and Sprigs. And this is how my Easter egg turned out. As you can see, it's very large. It's definitely the largest egg die that I've ever seen, and probably the largest one on the market too. But it does have it all. For example, it's got that beautiful doily edge, and I cut that out using some glitter cardstock. The doily edge also has some stitching details, which is kind of hard to see with this glitter cardstock that I use. But it's also got the additional 2 layering pieces, and they also have stitching details. And then I did cut out an example of the pattern on the inside. So for example, this is how it looks. And then you could use this as a layering piece as well for your egg. In addition, you're also able to create a shaker with this die set. So for example, if you keep these 2 pieces together, you could make a frame for your shaker. Alternatively, what you can do is you can use the larger piece here as well as the doily one to create a shaker frame. I had to zoom in a bit more so you can see more of the details, but this large egg is basically a blank canvas for you to decorate in whichever way you want. And for this project, I was inspired by vintage greeting cards in which eggs look like houses. So that's why I stuck the Cottage Cuts window on the front there. And then for that window piece, I also turned it into a shaker, even though the die's not a shaker, but you could add some foam strips around the window frame. So I did turn it into a shaker. For the shaker bits, I also added some conversation hearts. And then the images in the back are from the Bunny Cloud store on Etsy. And those are clip art. And for the clip art, I also layered them onto digital papers just to give it a more charming look. And then I also added those flowers, and those are the Spellbinders flowers to the flower box here. And they're very beautiful because they have all those embossing details. And then on the bottom here, I have the new flowers from the KSCRAFT store. So this is the daisy. And for the flowers, I just cut them out using various cardstocks, for example, plain as well as pattern paper. I also added some vellum layers, and I like how the vellum adds a muted look to the colors. Here's the flower from the KLJYP store. And then for the centers, I added those flower centers that I found off of Aliexpress, and I think they add such a beautiful dainty detail to your flowers. For those, I cut that out using some glitter cardstock. And then on the top here, there's the bunny bow. And for the main part of the bow, I did use the faux glitter sheet. For the bottom of the bow, I didn't add the bunny feet, but I added this piece of tulle instead. And the tulle comes from a bow, which looks like this. And I really like the tulle on this because it's got some polka dots. I forgot to mention that for the center of the bunny bow, I added this mink pom-pom. And I found those off of Aliexpress. I bought them in various colors. They look like this. And when you take them out of the package, they are a little flattened, but if you take a heat gun or a blow dryer to this, it'll fluff right up. And they're so soft. And I could put a link to these in the description box as well. And then I also wanted to show you the other flowers. So I did cut out these examples here, and they're just as beautiful. So I cut them out in different cardstocks again. So for these flowers, the largest one has a diameter of it measures 2 1/8 of an inch. And then for the daisy, that measures 1 7/8 of an inch for the largest one. And the egg itself here measures 7 1/4 inches by 5 inches. And then also, this is actually a greeting card because you might notice this over here. So it does have a magnetic closure, and it just opens up like this. And on the inside, I used one of the Easter shadow word dies, well, 2 of them, to make the sentiment that says Easter greetings. And then on the inside, I also layered it with some more of the beautiful paper from the paper pad. And then here's the beautiful frame that you can see more of. And then also for this piece back here, it's a really large glitter piece. And with all the inflation and rising cost of craft supplies, if you don't want to waste your glitter, what you can do is, well, in this case, what I did is I took this piece, which is another, it comes from this egg die set from the KSCRAFT store, which I'm going to show you in another video. But I just took this and cut it out in the center so that I could have this piece and use this on another project. So that's just a tip for you because, all of this part here gets covered up. And then what I did instead is I filled in the center with some cardstock. And for that cardstock, I just used those poster boards from the dollar store. So that's just a tip for you so you don't waste glitter. So this does have a magnetic closure, and then this closes back up. And then I just wanted to show you that this window actually comes off because when it comes to crafting, it's more fun if you could use your crafts in other ways. So I could take this off of the card and then use it as an ornament because I did punch a hole at the top here and added an eyelet. So this is also an ornament, and you could use this as a decoration or on a Easter tree, for example. And then it is magnetic, so it just goes back on like this. And then with this die set, I wanted to do something more fun. So let me just zoom out and show you what else I did with this die set. I really wanted to take advantage of the large size of this egg and do something really fun and useful. So I made this egg crate or caddy. So this is going to be a little hard for me to show you because it is so large, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview. Right now it is holding a bunch of heart tags that I made with a new heart tag die in the KSCRAFT store that I was supposed to show you yesterday, but this is the other side of the egg. And let me take the tags off so I can show you one by one. I quickly wanted to share the dies in which the heart tags were made with. So in the shop, they have this heart tag that's available in 2 different sizes, and it's a very simple die as there's only 2 pieces. So there's the base piece as well as this layering piece. And for my first examples, I did turn them into shakers. And for the frame, I cut that out using a glitter cardstock. The image comes from the Bunny Cloud shop on Etsy. I added the sentiment that says sweet, and that is a KSCRAFT die that comes from the donut, the heart-shaped donut die set. And for this, I also added a tulle bow that I made, and the flower center comes from Michaels. So that is the first one that I made. And then for the shaker bits in these, I added some acrylic hearts, and I love the tiny size. This is the first time I've seen it, and I'll be sharing that in a haul very soon. And then this one's got another really cute image of a bunny. And then this one I just changed up the look. The word hugs is a KLJYP die, and that comes from the heart-shaped pencil topper set. So this large heart tag measures 4 inches by 4 5/8 of an inch. I also made some examples in which I didn't turn them into shakers. And here's the first one. And then for this heart on the inside here, it does have some stitching details as well. And for this, I used some really cute SVG images from the KaDoodle Bug shop on, well, it's called KaDoodleBug.com, and I could put a link to it in the description box below. But I found this shop recently, and I really love all the cute SVGs in their shop. For this as well, I added a Queen & Company bow to the top there. And that Queen & Company bow comes from a kit called the North Pole kit. And I believe it's only available in that kit. And I could put a link to it in the description box as well. And then here's another tag using Care Bears. And so this is really great for all year round. And then I did also cut out some of the small hearts. And for these, they are in a Care Bears theme. So this is the first one that I made. And for each of these, the bows come from the bunny bow die set. And I just didn't use the bunny bow ears for this. The word cute is also a KSCRAFT die. And that comes from the set with the spooky Halloween cat. And then here's another one. And I think these are so cute. So for the small one, that measures 3 1/8 of an inch by 3 3/4 of an inch. So here's a closer look at the caddy itself. For each of the eggs, I decorated them in a similar way to how I made my greeting card. There's the Cottage Cuts window with a very cute image inside. It is a shaker. I added different flowers to these and changed up the cardstock really. Another one of the bunny bows. This time I used a glitter cardstock in a peach color that I got from Michaels. And for the bunny bows, I really like how there's 3 different styles so that you can change up the look of your projects. And then the other side here, so similar thing happening. And then for this bow, I did use the faux glitter sheets. For the straw, I stuck a wooden dowel inside it just to give it strength. And for the caddy, I really wanted it to look like a wooden crate with a flat bottom. So I was simply able to do that by adding strips of paper to this. So for the bottom piece here, I just cut out a piece of paper and then scored it on both sides. And then I also added these strips to make it look like a crate. And I did this all in a way so that I could hide the flaps on the inside. And I was able to do that by just cutting out the base piece of this egg, cutting off the doily part, and then gluing the flaps to the other side of the egg, and then just gluing everything to this other base piece here. So that was how I was able to create this. And then I wanted this to stand on its own without tipping over. So on the bottom here, I just added some beads, and that's all I had for feet. So that way this doesn't tip over. So that's how I was able to create this. And I made it really wide. It's 7 inches. And that is my wooden crate. Also, another thing is I wanted to show you is that for the windows here, they are magnetic as well, because again, I really want to use them as ornaments. And then also for these, I did use very thin magnets, which looks like this. They measure 1 millimeter in diameter, sorry, 1 millimeter thick, and 8 millimeters in diameter. And I found these off of Aliexpress, but you could also find them on Amazon as well. I'm gonna try to find them and put a link in the description box below, because they always sell out. But when you're using magnets, another thing to consider is if you're doing something similar like how I have it here, if you put your magnets all in the same direction, you could interchange your pieces here. So for example, I could put this over here and then, you know, put the other one over there. And it's really great for a indecisive person like me. So that's just another thing to consider. Here's another quick look at the caddy with all of my tags, as well as the rosette ornaments that I previously made. And I think this is a really cute idea for Happy Meal, and if you like it, you can feel free to go ahead and use it. So here's a quick recap of some of the new dies that are now available in the KSCRAFT store. We have the heart tag that's available in 2 different sizes, the 2 sets of flower dies, bunny bows, as well as the large Easter egg. And I'm going to be putting a link to everything in the description box below. If you have any questions or comments, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.